Hi, I'm Dr. Lori Schwartz-Reichel. My career began in music education, where I learned the importance of a key change, a shift, in the tonal center of a piece of music, often used to inject energy or produce significance. Eventually, I realized the impact of making key changes in all areas of my life and the desire to help others do the same. Making key changes can be difficult. I certainly don't have all the answers, but I do like to pose questions for reflection and offer actionable key changes for us to attempt in both our working and living situations. Together, we can unlock our greatest potential in collaboration with those we love, serve, and lead. Let's discover how we can grow together by making key changes. I've spoken a lot about career change on this podcast. If you're considering a change in your job or career, I encourage you to revisit episodes number 115, At the Crossroads, number 110, Positioning Ourselves Where Luck Can Find Us, number 94, Confidently Navigate Your Next Career Move, number 37, Considering a Career Change, and number 19, Change is a Choice. I have recently interviewed for a few jobs. I always say that if you have even the slightest interest in a role, apply for it. You never know if you might be a great fit unless you put yourself out there and hopefully get the chance to interview. The interview is an opportunity for the hiring committee to decide if we are a fit for the role and the company, but it is also an opportunity for us to decide if the people, job, or company are a fit for us. At the end of nearly every interview, you'll hear the same question. Do you have any questions for us? Ask one. Maybe you need clarification about the role. Maybe you want to understand the timeline. Maybe you want to know whether candidates will be notified. Either way, ask something thoughtful. And then, before the interview ends, share what you want them to know. Maybe there was a question you didn't answer as well as you would have liked. Maybe nerves got the best of you at the beginning, and you've had time to calm down or collect your thoughts. Maybe there's an important part of your experience that never came up in the conversation. Whatever the reason, don't leave the interview wishing you had said something. Say it. I recently applied for a position where, on paper, a hiring manager may not immediately see how my background aligned with the role. So, at the end of the interview, I shared, I may not be the traditional candidate, but my knowledge of the company, understanding of adult learning theory, and passion for developing talent demonstrate why I could bring value to this role. I then asked whether future interview rounds would be question-based or facilitation-led, because I knew I would thrive in an opportunity to lead a session and demonstrate my strengths. That led to a follow-up question. And that's the moment I want to talk about today. Because so many of us attend interviews trying to prove we're qualified, when what we really need to do is help people understand the value we bring. Your resume tells the story of where you've been. Your interview is your opportunity to tell the story of where you're going. Too often, we assume hiring managers will connect the dots. We assume they'll see how our experiences transfer. We assume they'll understand our motivations, our strengths, or our potential. But assumptions don't get jobs. Conversations do. The lesson from that interview wasn't just about answering questions well. It reminded me that interviews are opportunities to shape the story others tell about us. Here are 6 key changes you can make the next time you're interviewing to ensure you're telling your story, not just answering questions, so hiring managers understand the full picture of what you bring to the table. This approach will help you leave the conversation with no regrets about what you shared. Key change number 1, apply before you feel completely ready. Many people talk themselves out of opportunities because they don't meet every qualification listed in a job posting. Remember, Job descriptions often describe an ideal candidate, not the only candidate. If something sparks your interest, submit the application. Let someone else decide whether you're a fit. Research often cited in leadership and recruiting circles suggests that men are more likely to apply for jobs when they meet about 60% of the listed requirements, while women are more likely to apply only when they meet nearly all of them. This doesn't reflect ability, it reflects confidence and self-perception. Many highly qualified people remove themselves from consideration because they assume they're not a perfect match for a job. Yet most hiring managers understand that job descriptions are often wish lists rather than strict checklists. If you meet the core requirements and can demonstrate transferable skills, your chances may be stronger than you think. Check out episode number 93, titled, "If You Are Confident, Skills Are Transferable," to learn more about this concept. Key change number 2. Prepare the answer to the question that may never be asked. Think about what you most want a hiring manager to know about you. What experience, skill, perspective, or accomplishment might not naturally come up during the interview? Have that answer ready. If the opportunity presents itself, share it. Key change number 3. Don't waste the "do you have any questions" question. This is more than a formality. It is often your final opportunity to demonstrate curiosity, professionalism, and engagement. Ask a thoughtful question, such as, "What does success look like in this role during the first 6 months?" Or, "What qualities have helped previous team members succeed here?" Seek clarity. Show interest. Leave them with the impression that you're already thinking about how you can contribute. Key change number 4. Connect the dots for people. Especially if you're changing careers, industries, or roles. Don't assume interviewers will automatically understand how your experience translates. Explain it. Tell them how your background has prepared you for this opportunity. Help them see the connection. Key change number 5. Advocate for yourself without apologizing for your path. If your journey looks different from other candidates, that's not necessarily a weakness. It may be your greatest strength. Diverse experiences often create unique perspectives, adaptability, and problem-solving skills. Own your story. And key change number 6. Leave nothing important unsaid. One of the worst feelings after an interview is replaying the conversation and realizing you never shared something important. Believe me, this has happened to me a handful of times. But I learned from this. Before the interview ends, ask yourself, have I said what I came here to say? If not, find a way to say it. Because at the end of the day, interviews are not just about answering questions. They're about helping another person understand who you are, what you bring, and why you're excited about the opportunity. And sometimes the smallest change, a question asked, a story shared, a connection made, can completely change the trajectory of your career, or at least the interview process. So before your next interview, write down the one thing you most want the hiring manager to remember about you, and bring that small sheet of paper with you. Then make sure you find a way to say it. Share what you want in the most sincere and professional way, because no one can tell your story better than you. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who may need it. If you'd like more tools and encouragement like this, be sure to subscribe to the Making Key Changes weekly newsletter. You'll find a link in the show notes. And if you're looking for a speaker for an upcoming conference, workshop, or professional development event focused on reflective and confident leadership, I'd love to partner with you. How are we making key changes to communicate our value in an interview? Thanks for listening. If you haven't done so yet, please consider rating and reviewing the Making Key Changes podcast on the Apple Podcasts app. If you found this episode helpful, please consider sharing it with others and joining me again next week. In my coming episodes, I'll discuss topics that are most passionate to me, along with things I've been researching or areas of my life I have changed or want to change. You can learn more about me on my website, makingkeychanges.com. Feel free to message me through there or reach out on social media. I'd love to hear from you and learn about what key changes you hope to make.